Now 5 members pushing in the mid lane with Baron buff. Kaldo for dive if anything connects. We also see Lee Sin walk forward and disguise descent. Boom! Completely one shot. Gets double kill for himself, Aurelion Sol. Hi guys, and welcome back to this series where I cast your solo queue, clash, flex games, hey, whatever you want me to cast, I'll do it. But yeah, remember, if you want me to cast one of your games, feel free to comment your summon name down below and I'll take a look at one of them. But today, since a new champion has just been released, Milio, the support, then obviously we had to cast a game with a Milio in it, and therefore our protagonist for this episode today, playing the Milio for blue team, PP God. And I had to say, Milio paired up with the Kog'Maw as he is in this game, I think actually has great potential. It could be something like the new Lulu Kog'Maw, because Kog'Maw benefits a lot from a support that can help him, or that can allow him to just stand still, use his basic attacks, and in that way deal a lot of DPS in the team fight. And what Milio does with his W, Cozy Campfire, is that if he puts it onto, let's say, Kog'Maw, he can give Kog'Maw heal, additional attack range, and a on-hit burn, which is three things definitely that Kog'Maw benefits a lot from. And in the late game, with the Milio ultimate Breath of Life, if Kog'Maw somehow gets caught out into some CC, maybe an enchanted Crystal Arrow in this particular game, or if he runs into a Poppy with the heroic charge, or gets feared from Hecarim dashing in with the Onslaught of Shadows, well then Milio can use his ultimate, the Breath of Life, and cancel out that CC. So there's potential in this bot lane. I think both champions are very good scalers, both Milio and Kog'Maw, and therefore the later the game this goes, I think this bot lane should be even stronger. And that goes for pretty much the whole of the blue side team here, with Aurelion Sol, the Reworked Sol in the mid lane, and a Jax top lane. All three lanes have great scaling. Then you pair it up with a strong early game jungler as the Sin, which, I mean, I'm not really a fan of picking a strong early game champion when you have three scaling lanes, but okay. See what happens here at the bottom. It looks to me like the T-Force Fighting Knight has been used to also heal two people flashing forward, and Milio getting the first one off, attacking his PP God, getting the first kill of the game with the Ignite, I think. But going back to the point about having a strong early game jungler together with three scaling lanes, is kinda annihilates what an early game jungler wants to do, because if the enemy team jungler follows him around, as Hecarim can do in this game, then it should be really tough for Lee Sin to actually use his early game prowess, because his laners are so weak in the early game. But okay, Lee Sin has made his way here up to the top lane. There is no Hecarim to see so far. Poppy flashing into Jax and kill him with the Q Ignite, I think. Yeah, Poppy brought Ignite to the lane, so ends up being a 1-for-1. Lee Sin gets his own first kill of the game, and I mean, at least that's good for Lee Sin. Not the best of skirmishes for Jax, but once again, Lee Sin very strong early game champion, so giving him a kill or two to help him have some more impact with his next couple of ganks is definitely not a bad idea whatsoever. Yeah, Katarina just fighting Aurelion Sol. Another Ignite popped in the mid lane, and he will just fly away to safety. Two mid laners here who also scales pretty good, both of them, especially Aurelion Sol, who with flash 4 on the turret takes a couple of turret shots, but doesn't fall right here at least. See a couple of pings coming down towards this mid lane. Both mid laners asking for a gank. Could be a bot lane kind of pushing. In here top lane is Jax, who has momentum. Milio Kog'Maw has made their way back towards the bot lane. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this new support. I think he seems rather playable compared to a lot of the new champions. It's not 2, 4, 600 IQ. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, he has a mage support, so you can build him a lot of AP if you want. Just walking right into a root, stashing out and using the cozy campfire onto Kokomo. That will give him some more attack range, as we see right here. Heal coming down onto Ash, but will eventually fall to the center, and I think he will also go down to the turret shot. Yes, he will. So trading 1-1 in the bot lane, giving a kill over to the red team support Soraka here, which I mean is a decent trade because you can now push in the wave and deny Ash for some creeps. But Hecarim has used Ghost, also uses D, will take down Milio. That's one kill. Ignite is also been used on here, so he will fall eventually. Milio getting a kill back for himself with the Ignite, and now can Soraka escape? Looks like she will be able to do just that. In the top lane, Heroic Charge has been used once again, so has the Counter Strike. Will not find any crowd control onto the puppy in this particular situation. Aurelion Sol going low on mana. Katarina not having any benefits her in this particular trade here. Jumping forward with the Shunpo. Just pushing in the wave here. Should be able to look for a reset if that's what you want, but the ultimate is available for Katarina. Jumps in, takes down Aurelion Sol, but will fall to turret minions over Milio. Someone at some time. Milio gets his third kill of the game. Yeah, definitely not a support that you should look to collect kills on, but okay, having 3 kills is definitely better than no one, or than none. Top lane in a bit of a stalemate. Jax not quite sure if he can walk up to the wave. We see both jungles on the minimap here on the top side. Could potentially look for something, but I think Jax is pretty far pushed up right now. Rogue Charge has been used. And in the mid lane, Katarina Sol is fighting once again with the junglers just besides them. Sin has got that level 6 available to him. Hecarim doesn't have it yet, so we'll just back off mid lane. Soraka probably just here to help Katarina reset the wave, and then that should be it. Sonic Wave connects into the root. Here's Katarina. Dragon's Rage is also used, but Exhaust has also been used to gap close. That means that the red team mid laner will get his second kill of the game on this Katarina. Whew, Ash is battling away under his own turret. Now Soraka's back, but caught a bit to the side here. Will probably have to walk the long way around. And Hecarim has also made his way down here. Can look for a gank, has gotten that level 6 to him right now. PB guard doesn't have the flash available to him. Also no ultimate. No way to cancel this CC, and that means he will fall. Onslaught of Shadows was used. Kokomo will also fall. There will be a double kill to the red teammate carry. Super Monster 1337, I think it is. But yeah, unfortunately for blue team, okay, let's see what happens in mid lane. Aurelion Sol ultimate was used, was dodged away from, but the turret shot will end up making it a 1-for-1 trade. But yeah, in the bot lane, Milio didn't have that level 6. The Breath of Life available to him could probably have helped with the Hecarim ultimate on sort of shadow side. But what's important to remember about the Milio ultimate is that yes, it can cancel all CC that's activated, but Milio can't use it if he's CC'd himself. So he has to keep his distance away from the fight himself, and then whenever his carriage gets CC'd, well then that's where I want to use the Breath of Life. So probably wouldn't have mattered in that situation since he was hit with the Onslaught of Shadows. Poppy could start to look for a dive in the top lane, a bit of trading again in the mid lane between the two mid laners, but I think Lee Sin has made his way into the mid lane once again, jumping toward, landed the Sonic Wave, and a flash Dragon's Rage onto Katarina makes it a 1-for-1 across the map, because Poppy actually looked for the 1 versus 1 in the top lane, gets a kill for himself, but his Hecarim once again a bit late in the mid lane. Gets hit by a Sonic Wave, and Aurelion Sol dashing forward right here, or flying forward we could say, ends up getting himself another kill, and that's his second kill of the game, making it 2-0 in the isolated 2 versus 2 in the mid lane. Poppy, however, getting a return kill in the top lane. But yeah, very even this game right here. Only a 300 gold deficit between the two teams, and both teams really looking to fight, even though scaling is something that both teams can look for. Pretty much everyone else than Lee Sin in this game scales very good into the mid to late game, but blue team, they will take the first dragon of the game, and now maybe looking bot lane. You can see Lee Sin also making his way down here. Ooh, Sonic Wave slightly misses. Voidoo's connects. And there's potential. Something to happen right here. In the bot lane, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow is available. We can't see Hecarim on the bot side of the map if he wants to go for a gank at the bot lane anytime soon. There is still no flash on this Kog'Maw. Ash landing there. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow also landing on the Milio, flashing forward, but he can heal himself. He can also heal himself, and even use the Breath of Life to ensure that no CC will be there to CC either himself or his AD carry. But now as Katarina has made her way down here, should probably get the kill onto Milio, but no, it's knocked back with the Milio Q, but will fall eventually. Can she jump away from the Kog'Maw passive? No, she cannot, and will trade 1-for-1 herself. Aurelion Sol also made his way down here. There's no mana on Soraka right now, so no way for her to help her jungle. And what about top lane? Looking for a dive on the Poppy. Poppy has rather been pushed too far forward, but with the Keeper's Verdict, she will knock back both the blue team jungler and top laner, and get herself out of this little 1 versus 2 scot-free. Still up 30 CS. Also have a 150 gold shutdown, if that's something that blue team want to look for at some point, as just tried to do. But unfortunately for the blue team, Keeper's Verdict, very good use in this particular situation right here. But yeah, once again, talking a bit about the bot lane, our protagonist and the new champion PP guard here on Milio. I think it goes quite well with the Kog'Maw. I think we've already seen a couple of fights. And yeah, Ashe, Soraka, maybe not the best of bot lane to test out this theory about Kog'Maw Milio being the new Lulu Kog'Maw. Let's see top lane. The blue team jungle and top lane just try to brute force down this tier 1 top tier, but Hecarim coming in with the ghost into the onslaught of shadows will end up taking out the blue team jungler without this in having any counterplay whatsoever. Soraka just standing alone in the Dragon Pit. Does a flash available to her, can't flash away. Have to remember right now, Kog'Maw walking with extra attack range. Yeah, flashing right into the Aurelion Sol. Katarina trying to help, but she will also go down herself. That's a double kill to the blue team AD carry. What about Jax? Can he find a return kill in the top lane? Oof, knocked into the wall right here. Should have his Q in just a moment. The same goes for his counter strike. Yeah, we can see it used right now, but the speed up. Q once again. 1, 2, 3. There is TCD Blade. Gets a kill for himself. 1 versus 1. That's at least a little consolation prize. Has also finished his first item of the game. The Blade of the Ruin King will definitely help him. In a very tough matchup against Poppy. But yeah, Lee Sin has made the invade, now waiting for Hecarim, lands the Sonic Wave, and with the E will get a kill for himself. Blue team starting to get a bit of a lead here. A 3k gold lead. Sonic or Dragon's Rage rather knocks up both Ashe And Soraka, exhaust has also been used, so has the Wish. Will she escape? Slow living artillery, oof, from Sileka will take him out. Katarina getting a solo kill in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Lee Sin also managed to kill Ashe somehow, probably a Sonic Wave that connected, but Katarina getting a decent solo kill in the mid lane, just diving Aurelion Sol, who we have to remember really not that strong right now, has also gone for the Rod of Ages, so we'll need time for that item to scale up. But yeah, once we get into the late game, there is huge potential for a good team fight. Whenever you get your ultimate, the solo kill in the top lane, but probably will also get a turret for herself, and that will be the first turret for red team. But yeah, Aurelion Sol in the mid to late game will be very strong once you get that the Sky's Descent, the evolved form of his ultimate, if you could say it like that, available to him. Will get the Sky's Descent whenever he collects 75 Stardust, I think it is. He gets Stardust from using his abilities onto minions and enemy champions. So should collect some Stardust, which makes his ultimate bigger and also gives the ultimate a knock up. So Q miss. And so does the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Barely. Another Q connects. And just giving his ADC some additional attack range, manages to take down Soraka, and this should make the Drake fight into a 4 versus 3. Forcing the flash away from Poppy, but the Sonic Wave connects over the wall. Playroom does have the onslaught shadows available to him. Sky's Descent has been used, but no knock up, so oof, Sonic Wave also misses. But yeah, see, you saw there wasn't any knock up on the Aurelion Sol ultimate, which means that he hadn't collected enough Stardust before he used his ultimate. Blue team will, however, still get the second Drake of the game. I just have to say, our protagonist, Milio PB guard right here, 12 KP out of 19, having 3 kills for himself, 9 assists. I mean, it's pretty decent so far. He's gone more for a Enchanter build than an AP support, which does make sense with the Moonstone. So now you have your W who heals, or which heals, you have your E which heals, and then you also have Moonstone to heal. Very strong Enchanter, or at least potential to be very strong Enchanter, I think. Ignite has been used in the bot lane, but Aurelion Sol should be able to just fly away from that, as he does right there. Sonic Wave connects in the mid lane. Could look for something, but decides not to. Oh, probably threatening a dive. Will get another kill for himself. I think that's like the 3rd or 4th time Aurelion Sol has been dived right now, or at this moment in the game. TPing down from Jax, and can't just look for the solo kill as he is. Yeah, not quite sure why you would do that, but okay. Get some turret damage. Katarina looking for the dive, will manage to take down up protagonist PB guard, but Sonic Wave connects once again in the mid lane. Soraka catches, stay behind right here, heal, but good Dragon's Rage will ensure that both of the red team bot laners get knocked up. Connects the Sonic Wave onto Katarina. Can he make a great escape? No, he cannot. Will trade his own life, but gets 2 kills for himself. Both Katarina and Soraka ends up falling, and that's a hashtag worth trade for the blue team jungler in this instance. Even though it gives over a 400 gold bounty, I still think it's worth. Jax could be caught out here. Rogue charge. Oh. Just manages to get out with the blast cone. And now just waiting for Poppy, who does have 2 items to her name and also has a level advantage. I'm not quite sure if TCD Blade on this Jax can look for the 1 versus 1 in mid. In the top lane, however, the Sky's Descent has been used, so has the Death Lotus, and that will be another solo kill for the red team mid laner. And Jax and Poppy battling it out here. Jax will probably win the trade. No, he will not. With the Keeper's Verdict, Poppy just barely manages to save her own life and get a kill onto the enemy team's top laner. It looked good for Jax for a second, but Poppy saving the Keeper's Verdict for the last moment when she needed. And now can she get out of this pickle? Doesn't look like it. Will cancel the dash from Lee Sin. Unfortunately, will not get the turret for herself before she goes down. So Lee Sin gets the return kill in the bot lane. And I mean, okay, I had a bit critique for this blue team comp with 3 scaling lanes and then a very strong early game jungle. And what has happened? Lee Sin 10 kills. Only 21 minutes into the game. So, I mean, definitely proved me wrong on that one. Blue team also having a 3k goal lead right now, while being up 4 kills. Definitely in a decent place at the moment with the scaling that you still have left on your top mid and bot lane. And then you have Lee Sin, who can hopefully ensure that you get some more minutes. And yeah, Soraka definitely dead here. Can't flash over the wall, but will eventually fall. Just caught in between 4 members of blue team as the 3rd Drake is about to spawn in just a moment. Once again, the enchanted crystal arrow misses. And now if T-Bot has been starting the bot lane, Dragon's Rage was used on Ashe to start off the T-Fight. Once again, have to remember that Soraka is not down here. Rift Herald was also used to take down the tier 2 turret. Now they can't push for the heavy turret. Dragon's Rage connects onto Hecarim, who I guess was just tapped out of the game. I'm not quite sure. Katarina jumping in, using the Death Lotus, gets the first kill for himself, also gets the second. Can she get anything more off of it? No, but she will get 2 kills for herself and take down. And, and gets taken down by Lee Sin at the end. And blue team, I mean, they're not finished. Looking to push at least 1 Nexus turret here. Probably realizing that it's time to back off. Turn their heads towards the dragon. And that should be soul point for blue team, completely uncontested. But once again, now a 6k goal lead also. Or at least 5.5k. Doesn't really matter at this point. But starting to look very strong. 2 items on Jax and Aurelion Sol. Also, Sol should be able to recall now and get some more items for himself. However, this Katarina still pretty strong herself. Completely one-shots Kog'Maw in the mid lane. Maybe Kog'Maw a bit baited by the fact that in this particular instance he didn't have a support with him, which makes him quite a lot weaker, because I think we have reached a stage right now, 25 minutes into the game. Was it a misclick? I think it was, but we reached a point right now, 25 minutes into the game, 2.5 items on Kog'Maw, 2 items on his support Milio, where we're starting to get that Lulu Kog'Maw-ish kind of feeling. Yes, blue team they start off the Baron, red team they will have vision since Lee Sin attacked the wall and therefore gave vision to red team. Katarina we already see here in the rear, but a bit of low right here, jumping in with the shoot bow. Dragon's Rage has been used to stop that ability, and this should just be another free objective for blue team here. Segarim, also Shadows Watch used over the wall, but Lee Sin will secure the objective with the smite. Milio will get his 4th kill for himself, and now it's Poppy standing in between 4 members. No heal from Soraka is enough to get that Yordle out of there. Oh, Enchanted Crystal Arrow should ensure that at least Soraka gets out with her life. Now 5 members pushing in the mid lane with Baron buff. Can look for a dive if anything connects. We also see Lee Sin walk forward, and Disguise Descent, boom! Completely one shot. Gets double kill for himself, Aurelion Sol. Beautiful display. Now 26 minutes into the game, they can look for the end. Does have Baron buff. It's still 10 seconds death time on Poppy, 20 seconds on the red team bot lane, so it's 5 versus 2. 2 Baron buffed minion waves. Counter-strike used on Katarina, but here Segarim also trying to defend, but he will fall. So will the first next turret. What about the second next turret? I think they will take it down here also, but Poppy has respawn. This Poppy and Katarina cannot do anything. Flash, Dragon's Rage on the other side of Poppy. Death Blow is also used, but will fall. Ends up being a double kill as blue team to take down the Nexus here. Only 26.5 minutes into the game, with ending the game with 36 kills to their own name. But most importantly, our protagonist PB guard on this Milio, ending with a 4-3-20 score, really showing what this champion can do. Very strong laning phase, even though Cockball Milio should be a slow scaling bot lane. Had a really good mid game, great positioning for himself, and that's pretty much what you can say about an enchanter support, because if an enchanter support plays good, there's usually not much to talk about, because it's a lot of standing in the background, using your shields and heals onto your carries who are in the fight in front of you. So I mean, I have to say, great display for Milio here. I'm looking forward to see more of this champion. I think it's great. But yeah, PB God, thank you for letting me cast your game, and if you're sitting out there watching this video, if you want me to cast one of your games, feel free to comment your summoner name down below, and until next time, see ya.